This week on Blockbusted, Jonathan from AubreyStudios82 stops by to just talk some random stuff with us. We were gonna do like an intro or whatever and tell you to go subscribe to him, but then it went off the rails. So things just sort of start. Welcome to Blockbusted. Okay. So, and Drew will eventually stop hitting things. What happens is, every time we start an episode, Drew, like, intentionally acts, like, very troublesome in trying to get it started. Like, we had a time when, who was I doing it with? I can't remember who I was doing the episode with. It was like, it was Chance. Yeah, I was doing an episode with Chance. And Drew was like, I can't do an episode now. I'm going to see the Monster Trucks movie. The one about the monsters in the trucks. And I was like, no, you're not. You're not actually doing that. And then he, like, sent me a photo of him, like, sitting in the driver's seat of the car with his brother next to him, like, going to see it or whatever. And, like, so he used to do that all the time. We called it Drewception, where back in the old days, it would be like, he would just trick me into thinking something that I couldn't disprove. And I'd be like, I know this is Drewception, but he'll be like, sorry, man, I can't do an episode today because my grandma died, or I'm going camping in Canada, because he lives in Seattle, so I would always ask, like, why don't you ever go to Canada, because it's so close. And so he would, like, trick me into doing all these things, and I would never believe him, but also never be able to disprove it either. So
amazing.
It was beautiful.
Did you actually see the Monster Truck movie?
No.
Yeah, did you?
No, I didn't.
I can't. At this point, reality and dreams are like blurring together, where I can't remember if that really happened or not.
I love it.
I've always wanted to see it. I haven't seen that, and I also haven't seen, 9 Lives, which I've wanted to see.
Oh yeah.
Quite some time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know Jacob Suggs has reviewed that or whatever. I'm actually...
Wait, did he actually? Oh my god.
I'm trying to, like, review more bad movies on my channel now. I've sort of made plans to do some terrible movies. I'm going to review... Right, like, once the Circle movie with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks comes to Blu-ray, I'm going to do a big review on that, because that was just appallingly bad. Oh my gosh.
Really?
It was terrible. Yikes. It was so bad. I couldn't even believe it.
People say it was really good. Wow. I didn't know
well, it's got like a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes or something, like a 20-something.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it that much.
And I had been excited because the concept was cool, but like
and because of
it had some of the and because it had Emma Watson. I mean, let's be honest. But like Emma Watson and Tom Hanks were pretty good, but everyone else in the movie, it was probably some of the worst acting in a movie I'd ever seen in a movie theater. It was horrifying.
That's saying a lot.
Cringe. Because I've seen Suicide Squad in a theater, right?
I was about to mention Suicide Squad, yeah.
So it really is saying a lot.
Suicide Squad is, I feel like certain actors, like Margot Robbie, kind of carried the film a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
For sure.
Even though I hated her character still
sucks.
At least she can kind of act.
Yeah.
That's a lie. She's lying to you.
She's lying to you. It's funny because, like...
Suggs, unironically enjoy that movie because he was talking about how he would give it, like, a 7 out of a 10. I wasn't sure if that was a joke or not.
Yeah, well, see, I was talking to somebody the other day, and he may actually listen to this, so I don't want to hurt his feelings. But all that said, like, it's just crazy. Kiddo. He gave Suicide Squad a 10 of 10, and Batman v Superman a 10 of 10. Like, okay, I can understand Batman v Superman. I completely disagree, but I could understand why someone might wrongly think that.
it's so hard to give any movie a 10 out of a 10, I believe, though.
Yeah. Right. I never give movies a 10 out of 10. Like, I will give movies a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd because it's like it's a smaller range, it's 5, but
10, yeah.
Like even when I do that, I'm in my mind subconsciously thinking, but this is more like a 9.8 out of 10 or whatever, because no movie is perfect. Literally no movie, No. So, yeah, and especially Suicide Squad is pretty much the opposite.
What would you give Suicide Squad, like, out of on a scale of 1 to 10? What do you think it would be?
Well, on a joking scale, I would give it like a 0.5 or whatever,
On a serious scale, I'd give it a 0.2. That's just terrible.
On a realistic scale, I mean, I gotta give it some credit for Margot Robbie's pretty
good.
For
winning that Oscar,
For winning that Oscar.
Oh, that is true. It is an Oscar-winning
But
film
honestly,
now,
like, it is the worst movie I ever saw in a theater. Like, it's worse than The Circle.
Terrible.
And I would give it probably like a 1 of 10 if I really had to.
I've never wanted to walk out of the theater when I'm watching a movie.
and I came so close to doing it when watching Suicide Squad. It's insane.
Oh my gosh.
I remember I almost walked out of Shark Tale when I was a kid. I really hated that movie. I don't know why. Like, I don't remember anything about it, but I remember watching it and hating it so much.
Have you ever fallen asleep in a movie theater? Because like I rarely, almost never have fallen asleep in a movie theater, but I remember specifically the couple movies where I have because it's just stuck with me or whatever.
Which
right?
ones?
I don't see movies. Or which one?
I saw The Lone Ranger, which was terrible, and I fell asleep during that because it was way too long. And also the showtime was at like 10 o'clock. So, and then I saw. I remember it. It was when I was like 5 years old, so you can't really blame me. But it was Racing Stripes, and it was the movie about the zebra that wants to be a racehorse. Yeah, and I think like Larry the Cable Guy plays like a annoying little fly that's like a horsefly or something.
Dude, yes, I remember that.
God, why?
Well, I
don't go see movies very often, so I think one of the only movies I've fallen asleep in that I can remember was the Muppet movie.
Oh
that
wow!
came out a couple of years ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I love the Muppet movie.
No, it was a good movie, but like towards the end, like I don't know, I guess I was just tired and it felt like it kept just droning on and on.
Yeah.
I remember just falling asleep for like 15 minutes. But
I
wasn't a bad movie, though,
I cried in the Muppet movie the first time I saw it.
Oh man, they're puppets, man.
I've never cried in the movie before.
So needless to say, I am easily stirred emotionally in movie theaters. Yeah, I remember I cried during the whole Rainbow Connection song just because it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, man. It's good. And I'm always very nostalgic about the Muppets too because I like grew up watching the original Muppet movie and like the old TV show and stuff. And like when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a puppeteer and stuff like that, you know.
Nice.
So yeah.
Sesame Street, man. That's the way to go.
They made two Wait, what'd you say?
Sesame Street.
Sesame
That's the way to go.
That was like the first shared universe too.
Yeah.
Like the Sesame Street and the Muppets is in a shared universe. If you ever think about
that's
that,
cool.
It's pretty good.
True.
Big Bird has a cameo in the original Muppet movie. He's on the side of the road.
I
as
remember
like a
that.
checker.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Didn't they make two sequels to the Muppet movie as well?
You mean the sequels to the new Muppet movie?
To the new one, yeah. Because I remember Tom Hiddleston was in one, right?
Yes? Question mark?
I mean, unless I just dreamed that, but do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Man,
they made one sequel. They made Muppets Most Wanted. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the third one. Oh,
yeah, they just made one, but it wasn't very good. I love the original.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
Yeah.
Didn't look great.
No.
Let me see here. Oh, Ricky Gervais was in it. Okay, that's weird. Anyway.
There you go. I remember that now. Now it's all coming back to me.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I didn't dream that. I thought it was just some weird fever dream I had. But
do you confuse Ricky Gervais with Tom Hiddleston? I don't know if you can.
I thought he was in it though.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I think maybe he has a cameo
in it. What was I thinking?
Because the Muppets is like,
he's in it.
Yeah, they're infamous for always having celebrity cameos in their movies. And whatever,
right.
You know. Yeah. I'm telling you, Ricky Gervais. Every single time that I see him in an interview, I hate him more. Like, I just he annoys me so much every single time. And it's not just like the atheist stuff, because obviously that annoys me, but that's not even just it. Like, it just every single time, like he was on Colbert and the other week, and he was talking about how he hated the Lord of the Rings, and I was like, every time I see you, you say something else that I disagree with.
Did he have like a reason that seemed somewhat
like see that's the thing.
Or?
I think my problem with Ricky Gervais is that I don't know why we're talking about this now, but my problem with Ricky Gervais is that he's very, and obviously this is part of him being an atheist too, I think, and such like a hard line, you know, is that he's very like real world, like he doesn't have much imagination, I guess is what I would say.
He's like a realist.
Right. He's very like facts and whatever, you know, and so even like in terms of fiction, like I could see why he wouldn't like Lord of the Rings, because it's so like fantastical and like imaginative and you know magical, and I don't think Ricky Gervais ever appreciates that idea, the idea of like imagination or magic or anything like that. He's very like
I can see that,
you know, simultaneously like
comedy,
a super funny guy, but also like no fun in games either. It's really odd.
Yeah, he's got a very odd sense of humor, I guess, if you watch some of his stand-up.
Well, and I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, I feel like, I hate that Ricky Gervais is such a prominent atheist because he doesn't give a good image of atheists, because he's such a jerk about it, right? And I was like, but then I realized, but he doesn't care. Like, he really doesn't,
exactly.
And that's maybe even what annoys me even more is that, like, he just doesn't have any sort of conscience when it comes to how he comes across to people. He's just like, I want to just
kind of
be a jerk
really.
and have I just want to be a jerk and have everybody. He doesn't care if people hate him.
And there's like already a negative connotation to the word atheist, and he's pretty much just contributing to it.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
That's enough of that. But,
and God's Not Dead contributes to that as well, obviously.
Oh god! Oh man,
let's not go there. Let's not go. That's a whole other episode.
I haven't seen that actually. I want to, but
dude, God's Not Dead. Like, as a Christian, I probably hate this movie more than Suicide Squad. I'm not even like, wow,
really?
Yeah, I also gave that a 0.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Did you review it on your channel?
I did. So, funny story. This is actually pretty good. I reviewed God's Not Dead on my channel, and the video was called "Why I Hate God's Not Dead." And that was back when I first started doing movie reviews, so like about a year and a half ago ish. So that stayed on my channel for a while, and then I went to that the conference, the sort of Christian leadership conference in LA a few months ago, and the Duck Dynasty guys were going to be there. And as we know, the Duck Dynasty guys have a cameo in God's Not Dead, and they are very on board with that movie. And they turned out to be super nice guys. But so basically what happened was, before I met them, I was like, I'm going to put that video unlisted just in case they ever look at my channel. Like if I go, like, because I take direct shots at them in the video. So I was like, if I happen to recommend my channel to them, I don't want that to be the video that they click on. So I put it unlisted, and I don't think I made it public since then.
Oh, wow.
Good stuff.
Wait, how long ago was this?
What?
How long ago was this?
This was 6 months ago or so when I went to LA.
Oh, okay, not that long ago.
They were super nice guys. My dad introduced my dad and I, because we were at this conference and they were at the conference, and actually the main, what's his name, Willie Robertson, he was there. He was kind of there to represent, because it was this big, Christian leadership conference, and so they would have different panels about different like topical current issues, like the election and like different trends going on in the U.S. and all these kinds of things. And so they had a panel on politics and the election. And so most surprisingly, most of the Christians there were not like prominent Republicans or conservatives or like huge Trump supporters or anything.
Really?
Which pleased me.
That is surprising.
But yeah, he was there to represent that demographic, to talk about that. And he actually turned out to be pretty reasonable and nice, but yeah, and so that was interesting to say the least. But so my dad and I, we were at like all the meals with them. They were at breakfast and lunch and dinner and stuff at this conference for 2 days. So we got to talk to them a couple times. And when my dad and I finally went up to introduce ourselves to them, he said, because they have that daughter, Sadie Robertson, who's like 19 or whatever, and she's in the God's Not Dead movies, and she's very attractive. Drew knows this. And so my dad and I went up to them, and the first thing he said to the Duck Dynasty guys was, "Hey, so do you guys believe in arranged marriages? Because my son and your daughter." So that was pretty good.
Way to put him on the spot.
That was a good,
what a
good introduction.
What did he say?
I remember you telling me that. That's great.
They just laughed it off,
That's pretty great. That's
yeah.
one way to start a conversation. I remember there was this one time back when I had my personal Instagram account, which I have terminated since. Back when I was in middle school, Sadie Robertson followed me for like 10 minutes.
Boy!
Yeah, and then she quickly unfollowed. I have no idea. I think it was a mistake, but I just remember getting a notification. It was like her actual account.
Dude.
I was like, okay.
Wow.
Didn't last long, unfortunately.
So we've both had 2 degrees of separation from Sadie Robertson at one point in our lives or another.
That's one way to put it, exactly.
Amazing.
Can you delete Instagram accounts now? Can you do that?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't done it because I have all these old accounts. Like when I first got on Instagram when I was like 12 or 13,
Back in
I
the
made
day.
like 17 accounts or whatever, you know. Like I had my
Nice.
my Percy Jackson account, my Divergent account, my Houston Productions
my
1
God.
account, my Lego
You were that
photography
kid.
account, the Blockbusted account, all this stuff, you know. And now I've just got my personal and the Houston Productions one. But yeah.
Totes.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's that hard. I think it's just like something under settings.
Yeah,
you
something
can
like
just
that.
terminate it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember I would have done that because I have another account for Aubrey Studios that I made before my current one, and I used it for like a couple days, and then I forgot the password for it when I logged out, and so I had to make a completely new one like months later. And so I still have the other one. It's just AubreyStudios82, and it's got like 400 followers. Like people are still following it and like liking it. I'm like, stop! This account is
You've
dead,
got fan
clearly.
pages too. You've got the mark of a true YouTuber. You've got a couple fan pages or whatever.
You know, it was kind of weird. The two fan pages were like having a bit of a dispute. One of them blocked the other one for some reason. The other day, it was
I'm a bigger
weird.
fan than you are. That was the argument.
It was like controversy among the fan pages.
wow.
It's very odd.
Oh, wow.
But,
I've gotten very
Instagram's a weird
conflicted as to what I post on Instagram because like I used to post Lego photography and whatever, and like 90% of the people who follow me on my Houston Productions 1 account on Instagram just
fans.
followed when I did Lego
Yeah.
stuff. So whenever I post anything to do with like toys, like if I post like a Funko post or every now and then an old like throwback Lego post or something, it gets like 400 likes or whatever, you know. But otherwise they get like 50 likes, and I've got 2,200 followers or whatever, and the photos get like 50 likes because people just they don't
weird.
they didn't follow for that, you know.
That's great.
And I don't even know
You'd think they would have
what to
unfollowed, though.
post because pretty much all I post these days on the Houston Productions one is just advertisements for my videos. You know, I'm like, just go check out the new video now, guys.
A ton of
Whatever.
those Lego fans of yours have translated over to my account. So now I got a bunch of Lego. So the same thing happens with me. If I post a picture of a Funko or some Lego dude, it's just everyone likes it, and then I always gain new followers from you, just from Blockbusted of Lego. So it's like,
It seems like my followers will pretty much like anything because I posted a pack of weenies one time and I got like 500 likes. So,
Yeah.
I think it's great.
You did that video recently where you were eating Japanese food. That was pretty good.
I
Or
did,
Chinese
yes.
food. Yeah. That was
well,
great.
It was Japanese snacks from a crate that had been in my room for months.
Where
I'm
did you
surprised
get
I
that? Did
actually
you
lived,
order it?
but- Yeah, well, it was really weird. This random Japanese company called Mogmog contacted me just like in February, I think, and was like, "Oh, hello, would you like to, review some of our snacks on your channel?" I'm like, "This is completely unrelated from what I do, but yeah, sure, I am."
That's awesome.
That's like my dream is to be contacted by someone like that. You know,
I wasn't going to do it because I found it really suspicious at the time, but then I talked to Adele about it, and she thought it was going to be fun, so I was like, okay. And so I ordered it, and then it took a couple weeks for it to get here, obviously, because it's in Japan, but once it did get here, it came the way I unboxed it in the video. Like, it wasn't in a separate box or anything.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there was, like, this little hole in the corner of the box, which I meant to show on the video, but I didn't. And it was a bit suspicious. I was like, well, either something crawled out or crawled into the box.
No.
I don't know what happened, but, clearly we survived, so couldn't have been that bad, I guess.
My sister is like obsessed right now with two things. She's obsessed with slime, like this whole like thing where people are making like special slimes that have like glitter in them or whatever. It's really weird.
And then do the Instagram videos where you stick your fingers in it,
right? It's like ASMR
and...
slime, whatever. Oh my gosh! But she's obsessed with that, and she's also obsessed with these like foam squishies, like little animals, like
made out of
like
foam.
the size of your thumb that are foam, and you can squish them or something. So she's ordered like tons of packages from Japan recently, and it's just been it's been bizarre because they come insanely inconsistently. Like some arrive like 2 days later, some arrive like 4 months later, and she's just on the edge of her seat the entire time.
Right.
Yeah.
You never really know with Japan. That's the thing.
Never.
No.
I remember when Alex from IHE did that whole video where he was unboxing stuff or whatever. Yeah.
From Misaki or something.
Oh yeah.
Because
he was in contact with the one guy or whatever. The email that was pretty good.
Yeah. And he did that. It was part of his I Hate Unboxings, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it was. I was trying to remember what it was. You've contacted I Hate Everything before, right? Because
yeah,
in
yeah.
Videos.
He has been in. Let me think. I think he's been in 3 of my videos.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, 3. It was the Star Wars special, Lego Justice League vs. the Avengers, and then my most recent one where he was in, which he had a pretty big role in that one. I'm surprised he did it, actually. But...
Did you notice, like, the view counts go up because he was in them?
A little bit. It's kind of just stayed the same. I've noticed most of the comments seem to mention it, but the views kind of stay the same.
Well, because you don't like put it in the title, like featuring.
No, if I did,
everything.
yeah. I could put him in the tags, I guess.
How did you get in touch with him? Did you use Twitter DM or whatever?
I just emailed. Well, no, I just emailed him. For the 2 separate times, with my other 2 videos, the Star Wars special and Justice League vs. the Avengers, I did email him, and he responded like really quick and did it. And then with this most recent video, Lame Villains, that one was a bit more complicated. I sent him like 3 emails, like a week apart from each other, that he didn't reply to, and that's because he was going through some stuff on YouTube. He was locked out of his account.
He always is going through stuff, isn't he?
Yeah. And then he was like in the process of moving, and then he got sick, so I can understand why he wasn't responding.
Yeah.
So then I was kind of panicking because I was like, okay, what do I do? Because me and Alex had already written the script. We had kind of written the character of Kite Man based off of I Hate Everything.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking that he was going to be able to voice him. So I went ahead and got in contact with... Are you familiar with, do you ever watch his podcast, The Jarcast?
I've listened to, like, one, but I haven't had time to really figure out all that yet.
Yeah.
Figure out
why. One of the members on The Jarcast, his friend Ruben, who has done some of his...
yeah. He's in some of the trying to watch videos or whatever.
Yeah, he's got his Twitter DMs open, so I went ahead and just DM'd him, and I was like, hey, so I've been trying to contact Alex for like a month. Do you think you can maybe ask him about, responding to my email? He's like, oh yeah, sorry, he's been like that. I'll go ahead and talk about it. Like, okay.
That's great.
Like the day I sent him that, IHG responded like that night, I think, and he sent the lines pretty soon after that.
Nice.
So I'm kind of surprised it worked out.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty lucky.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why I put Ruben in the credits of the video, actually.
Thanks for actually making this happen, Ruben.
Things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it worked out well. And
I contacted like several YouTubers, including you, for my Marvel Analyzed video. Which I was really happy about. I was like, I just want to do this and collaborate with a bunch of people because I wanted to do a thing where I had different perspectives and opinions about the movies.
He was tired of being called a Marvel tard,
really dislike a movie. Yeah, exactly. I would really dislike one of the movies, and then I would have a different, person's thoughts about it that liked it. But also, I was surprised at how many people responded pretty quickly. Like, I got Patrick Willems, who's got like 100,000 subscribers now, so that was cool. And then you and several other people. There was Say Goodnight Kevin was there, so that was cool. ATZ show, that was really good too. Lots of different bigger YouTubers that actually just
How many
totally
people
responded.
Was it total? Do you think?
How many YouTubers
you got in contact with? Yeah,
was it like 7?
I think it was. Yeah, like 7. Yeah, 7 or 8, something like that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, because I did. Yeah, it was not all of the Marvel movies had one, but most of them did. So, yeah.
7 in the color grading Nazi over here.
Yeah. Yeah, people, oh my gosh. Yeah. Have you seen the comments? It's insane. I don't even know. Like, I get that I've referenced color grading a lot in this video, Marvel Analyzed video. Like, I talk about it a lot. And it is a legitimate problem with Marvel movies, is this color grading issue. And people are like, take a shot every time he talks about color grading, and
it's a legitimate issue, though.
Right.
That's the thing.
And what I tried to do was I tried to address it in every movie and be like, okay, this one has good and this one has bad. This one has good and this one has bad, But I think that didn't come across. People just took it as, oh, he keeps coming back to this issue. He keeps talking about it,
Well, you have to remember the average IQ of, a YouTube
good point. Good point. So. Oh, boy.
That is a good point.
Oh, boy.
That probably will make me feel better next time I read some comments.
Yeah, I like how you post about it on Twitter as well. I like seeing them. They're great.
Oh,
best the thing is, like, I always, when I get like a terrible, like, dumb comment on a YouTube video, like this video sucks or whatever, I'm like, I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me because that person's just an idiot, But if I get a comment that's like well worded and makes valid points, but I just disagree with those points, then I'm hurt because then I'm like, am I just crazy?
Oh, this dude, he knows what he's talking about. He's got
right,
all the correct grammar and stuff, you know?
Chris from,
He used punctuation. Oh, no.
Yeah. Chris from...
exceeded my expectations.
Chris from the Egg Yolk channel, he commented a thing about several different criticisms he had of the video, and then he reviewed it on Letterboxd and gave it like 3.5 stars out of 5.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh no. But he made some valid points about why he didn't like it. And I was like, see, he's not an idiot. He's an actual intelligent person making good points. I just disagree still. And so now I'm going, I'm an intelligent person. He's an intelligent person. We disagree. So which one's wrong, right? And obviously, it's just two different visions for the same thing. But it just makes me go, am I just crazy? Do I have a terrible idea and I don't know it?
Am I doing everything wrong?
Yeah.
And that's like...
It's just a difference in ideas.
Yeah, well, see, that's my worst fear in every situation is to be doing something stupid or doing something like idiotic and not know that I'm doing it, right? Like, I do stupid things all the time, but usually I'm aware that I'm completely aware that it's stupid.
Yeah.
But if I do something just absolutely dumb, but I don't realize that, and then someone calls me out and I go, oh, why didn't I think of that? Then I'm really hurt because I'm like, I just feel bad now because I didn't realize this or whatever, you know.
Great. It's all about being self-aware. That's the
truth. Exactly. I always look for self-aware people when I'm looking for friends in a room, because like you look at like people who are dumb, you know, people who are like, you know, the awkward homeschooler or whatever in a room, which I've come across quite a bit being a homeschooler myself.
Right. Well, you know.
But, you know...
I've always thought if you can kind of accept your own stupidity in certain cases, then that doesn't make you as stupid as somebody who can't.
Well, see, if you meet the people who are uncomfortable to be around, or the people that are awkward or like embarrassing to be around, or the people who don't know that they're embarrassing, right? Or don't know that they're dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Awkward homeschoolers.
That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah,
somebody's calling me. Yeah, keep talking. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hang on 1 second. Sorry.
He gone.
Hitchcock, we're alone.
He gone.
We're alone now. I think we're alone now.
I know what he thinks about this podcast, you know?
Yeah.
Just willing to ditch us at any moment in time.
Dude, I was rewatching some clips of 10 Cloverfield Lane last night, and man. You know, Weekly Planet has James. James is always like, you know, Sunshine's the greatest movie ever is Sunshine. And Mason's like, yeah, it's fine. And it's like this really underrated movie. I think that 10 Cloverfield Lane is my Sunshine. I'm just always like, this is...
Nice.
I'll always come back to it, baby.
No, but I love it. I love it too, so...
Yeah, so the metaphor doesn't quite
It doesn't work. Our fuel formulas don't line up. Gosh. We gotta fix that.
Hey, we need to get some bloody like some clips here that would be funny for Chris to animate, right? Because I told Chris in a video, because he's done all these brick films of blockheads, that we've been doing this for 2 years and not had anything animated except by me.
2 years straight.
Just that labor. You know, 3 days worth of podcast. Like I went back on iTunes and I looked at our combined you know, episode length, and it's 3 days.
Nice.
That's how much time we've been doing this.
Soon, right?
Yeah, I think this is episode 93 or 94.
Yeah, we should have a huge party. Have a Chance on, Alex on, Kosh on.
I would love to do that, but I think we wouldn't be able to hear anyone's voice.
Insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having trouble hearing just y'all two's voices as it stands now. So,
what's your microphone? What's the time say?
What's the time on my microphone say?
Is it 30 minutes?
Yeah, I can't see it.
It's
facing away from me.
Use your flashlight and look over it. Gosh.
Ooh. I'm not that sophisticated, Hitchcock.
No, of course you're not.
You should. You watched some Doctor Who recently, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Gosh, you watched Blink. That episode's pretty good, isn't it?
Don't blink. I'm scared now.
Time travel's my jam.
I burned all my Pop Funkos, you know? I'm scared.
I didn't say Pop Funkos could beat Weeping Angels.
You never know, man. You never know. Toy Story is history, man. It's someone learned from that experience. That Sid kid. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Oof. I didn't think about that.
Well, I'm back.
He's back. We were just discussing how we'd
Why
been
does this
doing
happen when I record a podcast? What?
We were just discussing how we've been doing Blockbusted for 2 years and never had one brick film made by Chris for us. And y'all started Blockheads a few months ago, and already so many brick films.
All this and that.
Man.
Well, I think that's because more Lego people listen to our stuff, so they just naturally have to animate it. But I'm sure I'll promote this. I bet Chris will probably listen. So
he probably will. I asked him. I shouted at him in all caps on the last brick film that he made. Make one of Blockbusted or whatever.
Nice.
yeah.
And I don't know what clip he would do, because the problem is, like, Drew and I are funny, but we're not like, y'all are way funnier than us. Like, for real. Because we talk about, like, usually more like concepts in movie making and whatever.
We're definitely more intelligent than you guys. Usually it's just more funny. You know? That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So we try to be funny along the way, but yeah.
I just kind of act insane on Blockhead. Like, I don't really think when I say things.
Dude,
so
it's a loose cannon. Just
like,
fire
nothing
left
is
or
ever
right.
planned. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, and for those who
I've
don't
always
know, when you started Blockheads, you messaged me, you DM'd me on Twitter, hey, I know your podcast is called Blockbusted. Is it okay if we name our podcast Blockheads? And I was like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't own the copyright to either of these things, so
to the word block.
So go ahead.
I don't know.
I'll
It just sounded really similar,
court.
and that's not what our intention was.
Yeah.
It's like we thought of the name, and then we were like, wait a minute, that sounds very similar to Blockbusted. And there have been times where I'll accidentally call Blockheads Blockbusted on the show.
Nice.
So in a way, we won both sides because we got free advertising in every time you slip
That
up.
is true. Good point.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
I still we need to get Blockheads on iTunes at some point.
Yeah.
Been considering that. We have no idea how to do it. But...
Well, you know, the master can teach you. The master can teach
the sensei. The sensei by iTunes.
Yeah.
Do you still pay monthly for that, Houston?
I do.
Oh, wow.
Well, the first few months that I paid it, because it's, I don't have a credit card, so my dad it's on my dad's credit card. So every month it charges him $5 for the site to host us on iTunes, and I used to pay him for it. Now it's just gotten lost in a noise. I just don't pay anymore.
Wrecked.
They charge you for it?
What?
Do they charge you to put stuff on iTunes?
It depends on who you use. Basically, like, you could do it for free if you set up your own, like, website. Like, iTunes, what iTunes does is they host things. So the podcast, whenever you see a podcast on iTunes, it is drawing the data, like the information of the episodes and when they're uploaded and like the description and the album cover and everything from another website called an RSS feed. And so like some people use like a website called Bandcamp and stuff. And so you set up your own website to host the podcast, and then iTunes can draw from that. And lots of people know how to do that, and I think you need to be kind of good at like terms and coding and things, which I'm not good at. So I just use a site that like automatically does it, and it's a $5 a month fee called Spreaker. So
okay, I got it now.
Yeah, so like you can do it for free if you know how to code stuff, but I don't, so I just pay $5 a month
you can do it for free
automated.
if you're smart, but
yeah,
we're not smart here on Blockbusted, so.
No, although we are smarter
no
than the Blockheads
so you
podcast.
You guys are definitely
we've established.
Yeah, we've thought about putting it on a SoundCloud, but didn't you say you have to like delete stuff as well? Like,
say it again
on there. Didn't you say you can only have like you only have like a certain amount of space on SoundCloud that you can upload stuff?
Well,
so you have to keep deleting episodes?
On SoundCloud it only allows for like 2 gigabytes of storage or something. So when I would upload an episode, basically it every time I put an episode up on SoundCloud, the previous episode goes unlisted or whatever, so it can only store one at a time, which is fine, and it still gets some views on SoundCloud, so I don't really mind, but I'm not going to pay for like so that I have unlimited storage, because not enough people listen to it on there,
Right, that makes sense.
And it's
that's
funny
why Alex doesn't want to do it.
Back when we first started a podcast, and sometimes to this day, I'll tell people I have a podcast, and people ask, "What's a podcast?"
I know, like, dude. Same thing.
Really?
To me.
Still?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Like I never understand that, because I've like always known what a podcast is.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a common thing, but people don't know what they are.
They're getting even more popular.
Yeah.
It's like everybody has a podcast now on YouTube.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm like,
that's insane.
They're like, what's the podcast? It's like, well, we sit in front of a microphone and talk about stuff. Like,
right. I mean, it's just like the radio.
It's like, it's like a radio show, but it's like, how do you not know?
No commercials though.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you're sponsored by Audible.
Yeah.
Go to audible.com/
Blockbusted for your free trial today.
Yeah. we it's funny. We are technically still sponsored by Audible.
We are.
Are you actually?
This Audible stuff isn't what it's all cracked up to be. Basically, what happens is you register with Audible, and they give you like a free domain, like audibletrial.com/blockbusted. And so when people go to that domain, and register with Audible through your code, like through /blockbusted, then you get some of the proceeds of them registering or whatever.
Okay.
And so they don't like pay us anything. It all depends on whether other people follow our advice and go to Audible and sign up for a trial. And it's also funny because pretty much everyone says go to my Audible site and sign up there. So like you would have to pick and choose who you're gonna sign up with, who you're gonna actually give your money to.
You do it through your Amazon account. So like I've tried before. Just like, hey, I'll try. I went to the site, and you have to have a credit card and everything. I'm just like, no, come on. Yeah. Because it's probably one of those things where you type in all your credit card, it goes through that free trial or whatever, but then it starts costing you. It starts taking your money from your credit card or whatever.
It's kind of a scam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to go physically cancel it or whatever. So.
Yeah. Blockhead isn't sponsored by anything. We joke about how we're sponsored by Planned Parenthood, but that's great. I don't think any company would be willing to sponsor us.
No. But,
Blockhead.
I've like slowly gotten more loose cannon with the way that I talk about Audible. Like before, when I first started it, I was like, I would ask them, I would email the guy who I had contact with, like their Audible, customer service guy, and be like, am I allowed to say this on the show? Am I allowed to say this? And then like as it went on, we would just keep doing stuff, and then I realized that they don't listen to our show.
They don't care.
No, they don't care.
So now I just openly insult Audible sponsorships, because they don't care.
They're writing an email right now.
They've got too many people.
Houston, your sponsor is terminated. Get out of here.
We're gonna terminate your entire podcast. Yeah.
Probably.
You're gonna get it taken down.
Oh boy.
Man. I was gonna ask you. I had a plan for this episode. I was like, I'm gonna ask Jonathan about the history of his YouTube channel. I'm gonna interview him about stuff. I'm gonna ask him about things. But no, it just goes all downhill. But that said, I was gonna ask, when did you start your YouTube channel, and how did it start, and all that? Question mark.
I'm trying to remember. Let's see. I think I started it in 2013 was the year. I don't know. I'd have to go check. The fact that I don't remember probably says a lot. But I remember the reason I started it was because for my school district, they were having a film festival kind of thing for the students, to where you could make your own stuff, and like the only way to submit your videos was through YouTube, and I didn't have a channel, so I had to create one. And I think my username was like Stormtrooper or something at the time.
Nice.
And so like just some random username.
As all of our usernames were at that
right
time.
And so that's where I uploaded the burger box. That's my first video. It's like a Go animate, like horrible piece of actual garbage. It's not stop motion. It's like, it's really terrible. It's like 3 minutes. People still go back and comment on it and stuff, like wondering what it is. But I keep it up there just because it's my first video. And so after that, I'm trying to think about how I got into stop motion. I think it was just kind of out of boredom. I was just like,
the best motivation for anything.
It is.
I remember I did a stop motion. I started stop motion in 6th grade, I remember. And that's kind of what got me interested. We did it in a class for art. Mine was like a horrible, violent claymation like thing where like there were two figures pretty much murdering each other effectively. Nice. And if I could find it, that'd be great. But I don't know where it went. I think it's on one of my really old laptops. But yeah, and then I kind of messed around with like Lego stuff on my channel for a couple vids, and then one of them, Lego General Grievous versus Agent Kolar, I think is what it was called. It just blew up for some reason, and I think it's got over 1 million views like right now. And so that's kind of what motivated me to keep making stuff, because I was like, well, if people are watching, why stop now? So
yeah.
It just kind of became this, I guess.
Real cool.
Was there like a big, like, sort of milestone when suddenly you gained a lot of new subscribers? Like a big video that blew up or something?
Let's see. I don't know if I've had a video that's blown up and giving me a ton of subs by itself, besides Justice League vs. the Avengers. I remember getting like 4K subs from that, but
Nice.
Yeah.
I think before that, it just kind of snowballed over time. Like, the more I posted and stuff, the more views I would get, and it would just slowly go up over time. It wasn't really one particular video that I can remember helping my channel a whole lot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because, like, I was at 10,000 subscribers back in January.
Back
and then,
in the day.
Like, when I came on your podcast a few months ago or whatever, that was during the time when suddenly within like
you were
2 weeks I gained 10,000 more subscribers.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Whoa, you had one video though, didn't you? That was
was it
that
and it was
a lantern?
one or two videos. My Marvel duality and storytelling video, which is one of my best ones.
Yeah.
That kind of blew up, and I think it was because someone who owned the Marvel Facebook page, like the Marvel fan Facebook page, posted it there. Okay. And I think that helped. And then also a couple of my other video essays, because of that, sort of took off.
Yeah.
And I gained a lot of subs from that. And now also my Marvel Analyzed video has gotten pretty good amount of views, pretty decent, so that I've gained like 1,000 subs from that as well. So that was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
But it's crazy the level at which like it just varies, because some days, like those few weeks, I was gaining like 1,000 subs a day, and now I'm gaining like 5 a day or whatever. So it's like it's just crazy the level of inconsistency. But
right, it happens. It's kind of how it is
on
YouTube sometimes. But no, I can't really think of a particular like moment or video that really got me that popular. I remember my Nightwing video got a ton of views, and so maybe that helped. But I don't know. It's hard to think about that. But
well, I can say that I'm jealous, because if you started in 2013, you started after me, and now you have more subs than me. Because man,
well,
I started back in early 2012, and I made Pokemon card reviews for about a month, and then I did Lego stuff.
Yes.
I think it's just the fact that, like, if you have a consistent series, like I have the Lego Batman series, then more people are more likely to come back and watch more of it.
Yeah.
Those have always been the videos that have gotten me more views.
Yeah, Lego stop.
Without that, I don't know where I'd
Lego
be.
stop motion is always
Not
so
here.
popular on YouTube too. People love that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
And that's the crazy thing, is that you can make terrible stop motion and get tons of views, or you can make amazing stop motion and get the same amount of views, regardless of quality.
Yeah,
so that's
insane.
what's sort of insane.
Yeah, my videos were terrible up to, I don't really consider my videos good now, but like even like this time last year, or a little bit kind of like into 2016, my videos, like everything before that was just absolute horrible.
Yeah.
So it just kind of proves that people will subscribe as long as you post consistently. And as long as you gradually get better with each video as well, and you're kind of showing progress and quality, then I think people are more likely to stay around and sub. So
yeah.
Yeah,
that's what's the struggle for me as well, is that like I evolve a lot. Like my channel changes a lot. Almost like Bobby Burns. Like Bobby Burns has now segmented his channel into Bobby Burns 1.0, Bobby Burns 2.0, Bobby Burns 3.0, because he's just had these different like phases.
Yeah, totally.
And I do the same thing, where like I'll start a new series, and I'll start a new thumbnail design, and I'll start like all these different things. And it's like, this is the new age of my channel. This is what it's going to be from now until forever, you know? And then I slowly realized that, oh no, it's going to evolve into something else,
Exactly. Yeah, it's just constantly changing.
Constantly changing and evolving, which is a good thing, but also it annoys my OCD, because every single time I look back at like a video from like 3 months ago, I'm like, what was I thinking? Or whatever, because it's changed so much even since then,
That's great. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I can't even like watch my stuff from like months ago, because like I'll see a bunch of technical errors that I'm like, oh, I could have fixed that, or ooh, I could have done that much better. But it's hard for me to watch. I think that's just kind of how it is. A lot of people on YouTube. But
for sure.
Yeah.
You see mistakes that other people don't. So.
Yeah,
in your own stuff.
I do think that that's definitely part of it. I was just thinking of I just had a revelation because I just remembered this. That
the
way that I set up, quite a revelation if you ask me.
Ooh.
The way that I set up my YouTube channel for the first time was I was at my grandma's house and I had this is such a dated reference. I had a Nook Kindle. A Nook Color. That's what it was.
Okay.
So it was the Nook, which you can read books on, but it was in color, baby. So it had Angry Birds and an internet browser with parental control abilities and all this stuff. Yeah. And so I remember specifically that I launched my YouTube channel using my Nook Color on the browser setting on that.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Classic.
Not even a computer. Cool. I just remembered that. I can't believe you found that.
I've never heard of that before.
No. Quite the revelation.
Sometimes I wonder, am I happy with the name that I chose, Houston Productions 1? Because I like it, but it has nothing to do with movies at all, especially now. You know, it just sort of...
Well, I've always wondered, how come you put the 1 after it?
Because I was a 12-year-old starting a YouTube channel, and I thought that you always had to have a number in your username to be cool.
That's exactly what I thought,
yeah. What's 82 stand for? What does that mean?
What are you talking about? Get out of here.
Good point.
But I do think it sounds better than Houston Productions, you know?
Yeah.
And also it allows for an abbreviation where you can say HP1, which I like. I always like that.
I like that.
I like it when a show or TV show or series or movie or YouTube channel can have a cool abbreviated version that you could put on a T-shirt or whatever, you know. Because the name is so long to begin with, Houston Productions 1, and you can't type that out in every video title because it just consumes the entire thing. So HP1 is much easier to cram into anything, you know.
Right. Kind of like how I Hate Everything does IH.
Exactly. Yeah.
Koch Lego Productions does. ALP or whatever. He's back when he posted, of course. You know.
Back then.
Back in the day.
I want to see I think Akash is done now. I think he's really gone into the dark ages of Lego, just like me, honestly. But
it's fine. I think he's just it's the fact. I don't think it's because he's become lazy. I think it's just this was his senior year.
Yeah, exactly.
This past year, so he wasn't really able to work on a ton of stuff. He's been trying to get into university, and this summer he's actually going to university. So I think that officially marks the end of his channel.
Yeah, I mean you really can't
even though
continue
he'll never
stop
say
motion stuff after when you go into college because there's just no room for technology and equipment and all that. You know,
people generally stop that when they get to college.
That's why I'm glad that I'm. Now my channel has evolved past that to where I can just edit anything, you know,
see there you go.
Because you just use footage on your computer. You don't need to do anything actually in real life.
I can't think of any any brick filmer at least that has continued stop motion into college. Cause I remember Forrest stopped when he got there. I believe. And
MGF just didn't go to college because
he just keeps going.
He didn't?
Does he even go to school?
Yeah, that's my question, honestly. Because
how old is MGF?
I think he's 20 now or so. I met him one time. Yeah,
you met him. Okay.
I went to Brick Fair. He's really nice. He always gets on my nerves because now he gets on my nerves because he buys literally everything. You know, I just bought every single Funko Pop from the Star Wars collection on Force Friday, and his vlog, but Drew and I always ask what does he do? Does he go to
honestly,
school?
How does he get
because
money? You know,
every single vlog, he's always I've been working since 2 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m. on this minifigure painting that head, man. Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
painting
I have no
torso.
idea. He gets a decent amount of views, but surely that can't be enough to support him unless he lives with his family, which I guess
I think he does
case.
Still. Yeah.
I think he has to. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is he's got me blocked on Twitter.
That's great.
Dude, now that I'm sort of not as huge a Lego person as I am, and now that I'm older a little bit, I sort of make fun of MGF a little bit. You know, just a little bit. But now I sort of make fun of MGF a little bit. But back when I went to Brick Fair in 2014, when I still did Lego stuff and I was younger, I was 14 years old. I was he was my hero. Like,
dude,
oh my gosh.
he was
Like,
goals,
we
for sure.
drove past the convention center going to Brick Fair at night after the convention had ended for the first day. And we were just going for the second and third days. And we drove past and I saw him coming out the door. And I was like, SMGF! Oh my gosh, it's standing
awesome.
right there! You know, like, it was like I was seeing, like, Will Smith or something. Or, like, you know, it was
it's
crazy.
The Messiah.
I love it.
Jesus had returned
I never
in
actually
MGF
watched.
form.
Yeah, I've never actually watched a ton of his videos, like really ever. Like I know he does pretty good work. I've never really watched him consistently enough.
I mean, he's very talented in terms of minifigure customization. Like,
of course.
probably the best ever on YouTube for sure. And
totally. Yeah,
I like that his minifigures. Like, some people customize their minifigs to insane lengths to the point where like they don't even look like minifigures anymore. You know, like they just like add molded like helmets and heads and stuff, and it's not even Lego. But he manages to make them still be minifigures, but at least have customization. You know, so that's cool.
It's very impressive work, actually. But
yeah.
I've made fun of him a lot, so I can see why he would block it. So it's okay.
Oh, boy.
I posted an entire thread of like pictures of his profile picture.
I saw
like,
that.
last week on Twitter.
Oh,
I just kept burning it.
Oh, boy.
Beyond the point of recognition. Yeah. So it's all right. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but
yeah, he was very nice when
really
I met him. I
good
remember
stuff.
I asked if I was, you know, at Brick Fair you go and you get these badges made of Lego that you get to pin to your shirt. And so most people like build something onto their badge, or like they put their sig fig, their minifigure of themselves onto their badge. And his was on his badge, and I was like, can I have a photo with your sig fig? Like, can I put yours and mine on a table and we'll put our two Lego sig figs together and do like a fun photo or whatever? And he was like, sure. And so he like had to take his figure off his badge, which he glued on, and like took it off.
Oh.
And then he put it on a table, and immediately swarms of like kids came and they were like, I want a photo with the sig fig. I want a photo with it, you know. And I had started this entire revolution that never stopped.
How long ago was this?
This was 2014, summer of
years.
2014.
Okay.
So yeah.
I was gonna say, because I was talking to Just Too Good on Blockhead last week, and he was saying how he got to meet MGF at that as well, but I don't remember what year that was.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if he was there too, but.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, I listened to that Just Too Good episode. It was good. Just too good, some might say.
He's a nice man. Good guy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
We should get MGF on the show sometime.
I still watch some Lego. Yeah, we should. That would.
That'd be.
I doubt he'd come on
Never
after
happened,
this,
but-
but
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still watch some Lego brick films or whatever, you know, that are online. But lots of my favorite brick filmers have really stopped or slowed down making stuff. Like, even ones that I thought would never stop. Like, you know,
Fancy Pants.
you've seen Brotherhood Workshop, right?
Yeah.
He, like, I thought he wouldn't stop because he was in, like, you know, he was like 25. He was married. It seemed like it was his job, you know.
And his
now
it was great production too.
He hasn't uploaded in like 10
he
months.
hasn't made it. He hasn't uploaded in like 10 months, and even his most recent uploads have been like 6-second little funny, you know, comedy bits. Or
Other
something.
than that, it's like behind the scenes stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It's really not a ton of content. Before that, he was just like amazing with his stop motion stuff.
Yeah.
I can't imagine why he would stop, but I guess he's just from that one video where he explained how he met his wife or whatever.
Oh yeah, I love that
apparently
video.
He's got a job outside of it, so I guess he kind of let that take over. And I think did he have a kid or was that somebody else?
I don't know.
No, that was Fancy Pants. Fancy Pants had a
yeah.
baby not too long ago, and so that's kind of why he stopped. But
Yeah.
So I guess people just kind of stop doing what they're doing for different reasons, I guess, in their personal life.
I swear I will never stop. That's what I said when I was a Lego YouTuber. I was like, I'll never go into the dark ages. I'll never stop, you know. I truly don't think that I'm going to stop making video essays.
Yeah.
Because
that's different.
Really, I feel like they'll evolve. And also, like I say, like, I can take that anywhere, you know, like you just need a computer and that's it to make them, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not like some sort of like hassle. I do think like once I go to college, obviously they'll slow down a little bit, but I'm still gonna attempt to do like big videos every few weeks or something like that, you know, or every month.
Yeah.
So
that's why I've kind of figured I'll probably stop animating, not because I want to, but like just because I'll kind of have to once I get to college.
Yeah.
Like it'll either slow down a lot or just kind of stop completely. I'm not really sure yet. I'll be in a year, so I have time to worry about that later. But
get this, Houston.
I don't really know.
I just went to that Brotherhood Workshop channel. One of his videos, like his third one's down, is Lego How to Stop a Weeping Angel.
Oh, it's Doctor Who. Oh, there you go.
Literally. Like, what are the odds?
There you go.
I got Drew to watch Doctor Who 2 nights ago because
just
for the
that
first
one
time
episode.
I got him to watch the Blink episode, which
Yeah.
is so good. It's so good.
That's good.
I have never seen Doctor Who.
Dude,
Oh.
I was always
It's too nerdy for
like
me.
so cautious about watching it because I was like, this is such a big commitment. There's like 9 seasons,
That's
and
why
I
I
can
haven't-
never
yeah,
commit to this. But I started because somebody wanted me to watch it, and finally I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And the first few episodes are cheesy, like the effects are really bad, but you get into the story, and it's so good, like so good. So it just I really love it now. So
Yikes.
it's really good.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
So nerdy, though. Like, oh my gosh.
Well,
I've never really heard anyone who's given it a chance say that it's bad.
yeah,
so,
exactly.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be pretty good.
I'm trying to think of something to say briefly, but basically the point is I have to go now.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said
Oh.
I said I don't remember if we got it on the recording thing, but I have to go and get
Yeah.
some driving hours in to
Yeah.
pick up my sister.
Right. You said that.
At camp she's at, so I'm gonna have to
That's
head
fine.
out, fam squad.
That's it.
Oh.
All right.
It's been quite the time, though. Thank you
Yeah.
for
It
having me
has.
on.
Where
Good
can
stuff.
people find you on Twitter and YouTube, Jonathan?
AubreyStudios82 on Twitter, at AubreyStudios82.official on
Yes.
Instagram for reasons I explained earlier, and my channel AubreyStudios82 obviously, and then my podcast with Lone Clone Productions is The Blockheads, which you can just search that and it should come up. So
Good stuff.
Yeah.
yeet.
Awesome sauce. And Drew, we can find you at
I'm at nerd_stream7 on Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. So, yeah.
all that jazz, and Letterboxd.
Letterboxd
I'm at
too, yeah.
Blockbusted Pod on Twitter and Letterboxd, and then Houston Productions 1 on Instagram. And I really don't use Instagram that much anymore. It's mostly Twitter. So it's all just advertisements for my videos, as I mentioned. So yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, well.
But anyway, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
I think
man.
we'll try
Good
this
times.
again sometime.
Yeet.
Time.
It would be
Thanks
fun.
for having me on.
Yeah.
It was quite lit.
It
My
was,
dude.
was indeed.
And maybe
Fam squad.
finally Chris will animate a clip from this if it's funny enough. I don't know. That's like the
can only
approval that
hope.
I seek. That's
Good
my
Right.
final milestone.
We'll retire.
Now that you
after
asked him,
that,
he's going to
yeah.
do it. So.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
see you guys in the next episode. See your
See you
catchphrase,
later.
Skok.
Hashtag wing it.
Yeet!
That's Jonathan's catchphrase.
There we
I'll
go.
repeat.
Catchphrase yet. Yeah, now it
There
is.
we go.
All right. What even
No, I
is
think
this,
it's
guys?
just...
Oh,
I think that's
yeah.
it. But yeah.
Oh.
What even is this, guys?
yes.
We'll see you later.
Alrighty.
All right.
Boy.
Bye.